All right, good Tuesday morning. Welcome to the WLBB Community Voice here on News Talk 1330, FM 106.3, streaming live online at newstalk1330.com. And this morning, you can see my handsome young guest on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. He's one of two candidates in the Democratic primary for U.S. District 3 House. The election day is May 21st. Again, this primary election. And early voting begins 3 weeks before that, so it's coming right up. End of this month is when early voting for this race will start. My guest is Dr. Val Almonord. Good morning.
Good morning.
Not your first time here?
That's the second time.
So is it just second time? I thought you were here 3 times.
No, I'm running 3 times. It's the second time in the studio.
On this program. Well, I'm glad you came up to talk again. And this time you do have a challenger in the Democratic election.
Yes, I do.
You didn't last time, though, did you?
No, I did not. But this time I have a challenge.
challenge.
And I welcome challenge.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
It'll be an interesting race. We have reached out to the other candidate in this race as well. Hopefully they'll decide it time to come on the program. If there are any dates left, because we are getting pretty booked up until May the 21st. Might have a couple spots, so if you do want to be on the program, reach out to me and we'll set a spot. Val, who are you? What are you? Why are you? Give us the story.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for the invite. I am really glad that you had a chance to address your listening audience. I am a physician, I am a father, I am a veteran, but most of all, I'm a public servant. I immigrated to United States 55 years ago. I went to high school while working in the factory line. I went to college and college work study, and yes, Pell Grant and student loan. After graduating from college, I decided to join the Army. I didn't have to, but the country did so much for me, allowed me to get an education, so I went to join the Army. I get out of the reserve, of the Army, switched to the reserve, so I can go to medical school. I went to medical school in Ohio, and after that, after I graduate, many people, including some of my instructor, advised me to go in private practice, getting more money. But when I look it up, I said, this is the most beautiful country in the world. And it's the best country. Everybody can make something of yourself if you really want to help out. So I decided to go with the National Health Service Corps. I practiced on a medically underserved area for 4 years. Then I joined the military healthcare system and the Air Force. After 5 years, I transferred to Army, Fort Benning, now Fort Moore. But I was in Illinois, and my wife kept complaining, it's cold in Illinois. So I transferred there. And I retired there in 2018 after almost 40 years of service in and out of uniform.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Do you remember, I'm guessing you were like 2 years old when you came to America. An immigrant. Do you remember that process?
How I get to America?
The process to come to America.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
I applied for a visa, and I got a visa, a permanent resident visa.
So it wasn't hard?
Well, it took time, but it wasn't too hard.
Yeah. Dr. Val Almonord, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. He is one of two Democratic candidates who will be on ballots, Democrat ballots for the May 21st primary. He's running for U.S. Congress. 7 candidates on the Republican side, 2 on the Democrat side, and the winner of both those races will meet for the general election in November. If you visit your website, do you remember what is it? ValAlmonord.com or?
No, AlmonordForCongress.com.
Very good. And if you visit that website, you can get some more information on Val, including his vision, where he touches on probably 10 key issues that you're going to focus on. You want to talk about those a little bit, beginning with economic development?
Yes, I can.
I'll say, if you go to that website, you can see he focuses on economic development, education, environment, equality, voting, healthcare, justice, labor and unions, women reproductive rights, agriculture, and Social Security. And I'll try, when we talk about this, I will pick some questions out, get some response for you, some what-if things. But, go ahead and talk about economic development first. What's your view on that?
Well, we in United States, Georgia, by extension, the 3rd District, we have the best economic engine here. But we have to make it work for everybody. This is the Republicans ad to say, okay, Georgia is the best place to work. But I want to make it also the best place to retire, the best place to live, the best place to educate your children. And to do that, you have to make good money. If you are working, you should have a livable wage, not something that you have to make a choice between going to the doctor or paying your rent.
And how do we do that?
Well, there's something called healthcare. Healthcare is the best healthcare if you can afford it. But everybody should be able to get healthcare. We can expand Medicaid. Not just expand it, but make it so every provider wants to take it, just like they take Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Mm-hmm. Expanding that does cost money, though, right?
Yes, it costs money.
Yeah, and
it costs money, but they have money to expand it. You got a bunch of big medical company, medical healthcare provider that's making a lot of money from it.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the recent? Well, I guess in the last 2 years, where I think it's the pen for diabetes.
Yes.
Where that price was brought down significantly.
To $35.
Is that okay for the government to get involved in that, to decide how much certain things should cost, products should cost when somebody else develops it?
Yes, it is. Yep. Because sometimes the big pharma companies, the price gouging the voters, the people, overcharging basically. Mm-hmm. When you make, let's say for example, Tyson Food. For the last 2 years, price of chicken went up the roof. But last year, Tyson made $4.5 billion, $45 billion. I don't remember the exact number.
I was going to point out though that the FTC did recently do a report that grocery chains did take advantage of COVID shortages to raise prices.
Yes.
So when you do see that those significant those profits,
a lot of price gouging.
Yeah. And that's a study I encourage anybody who questions that to go ahead and look that up. You can just type in FTC and grocery chains and COVID shortages on Google, and it'll explain that. Education. What's your what is your concern about education? Is it making college free for everybody, or what's your plan? What would you work on in Congress?
Well, I think every child, regardless of its zip code, deserve a good quality education. Every child, regardless where you live, regardless of your zip code, regardless how much money your parents have, deserve a good quality education. And when you go to high school is free, what you call public high school. But at the same time, you should not divert the money that the taxpayer pay for the high school, public high school, and send it to private school.
And that's kind of what they've started in the state.
Yes.
Anyway, you'd like to see that happen all over the U.S.?
It's moving.
Yeah.
If it's successful here, you can expect it to see in different states.
Okay.
When you come to college, 2 years college should be free for everyone. And if you want to go 4 years college, if you want to go to public university, it should be free for low-income family. Below certain amount you make, it should be free.
I guess what are the safeguards against that? I mean, if you have 100 people do that and go to school for free, and then only 40 of them graduate, but you've invested that money, I mean, is that still? Do you think that's successful? Say 20 out of the 100 graduate. Would you have called that plan successful?
Yes.
Yeah.
It will be successful because those graduates going to be gainful citizens. They're going to be more money. They're going to pay more taxes. Unless likely they'll be in trouble. If you look at most of the people who are in trouble in prison, they are not well educated. Yeah. A lot of them, they don't see a path forward for them. They don't see opportunity for them. But they got an education unless they understand how the country works. They understand how the system works. It's less likely to be in trouble.
Dr. Val Almonord, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program, one of two Democrat candidates for U.S. Congress for District 3, covering West Georgia. It covers about 10 counties, right?
15
It's
counties.
15 counties now? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because Harrelson County's in there.
Yes, Harrison now is in there.
Let's see, voting. What do we need to change, or what do we need to improve on it kind of feels like a silly question, but what do we need to improve on with in the voting realm that you're
Make it easier to vote.
and how do we do that?
First of all, bills pass to stop even giving a glass of water for someone in line to vote. That discourages a lot of people to go voting, especially for the people who are handicapped, who are sick, diabetes, things like that. They basically discourage them to vote. I think everybody should be free to vote if you are qualified for it.
Healthcare. I'm sure you could talk about this for the next 4 hours.
Non-stop.
On this program.
Yes.
Yeah. What additional changes need to be made to the Affordable Care Act, or are you talking about something else?
Affordable Care Act was a good step, very, very good step. I mean, before that, we didn't have that. A lot of people didn't have health care insurance. But with the Affordable Care Act, a lot of people end up with health care insurance. But yes, we could make it better.
And I guess campaigning against that now seems like it's kind of fallen to the side. I mean, nobody's really going after that anymore. Obviously, it failed in Congress to just shut it down completely, but it doesn't seem like either side is really saying, you know what, we need to start chopping this up again, because the stats you're seeing.
The Republicans still fighting, and they try to
I haven't seen
undermine it piece by piece, piece by piece.
Yeah, but you believe it has been successful. I mean, stats I've seen is that it's benefited many people.
Yeah, it benefits a lot of people, but it's still, if you extend Medicaid, especially we try to lower the cost of it, because a lot of people, when you work, you don't make too much money, and you need the insurance, you end up having to pay what you call deductible, a too high deductible. We can decrease the deductible.
Also on your website, a section devoted to women reproductive rights.
Yes.
Last year, Roe versus Wade was shot down by the Supreme Court. And now each states are individually, picking a limit. I don't think, it might be 2 states that have almost banned it outright. And I could be wrong, but the majority of the states we're seeing maybe 2-month period or 15 weeks or something like that. What do you see? How do you approach that on a nationwide?
Well, there's still a movement among the Republicans to have a nationwide ban on the reproduction system. How I see it, we, men, women, we are all American citizens. We should have the right to decide when we want to have a medical procedure. If I want to have a tummy tuck there, now nobody going to tell me no. Why, if a woman wants to have a medical procedure, then someone sitting somewhere else to say no, you can't do it. I have 2 daughters and 3 granddaughters. I want them to have, like every other person, daughters and granddaughters, the right to start a family when they want to. The right to a medical procedure whenever they need it or want it.
Is that, I guess, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
And if I get elected, that will be my first priority. Restore women reproductive right.
Last month, Alabama Supreme Court, they determined that for the purposes of the wrongful death of a minor statute, frozen embryos are children. And it's recently largely been covered as an IVF ban.
Yes, that is unbelievable. Nobody can believe it. Nobody can understand how can determine that, on what basis. There's no scientific basis for it at all.
And I've seen that discussed nationwide, and it does seem like Republicans are backing off that, for other states. You don't see anything like that being a decision that's made on the federal level.
I guess it was a shock for them.
Yeah.
But I think some state is still thinking it was a good decision.
Yeah. Val Almonord, our guest on this morning's Community Voice. He is one of 2 Democrat candidates who will be on ballots in this coming May. Early voting starts at the end of this month. And we'll take our first break. If you have any questions or comments, I encourage you to post those to the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. I'll look at those and share them with our guests when we come back. And as I always say, if not, I have a pocket full of other ones that I will throw out here to them. But continue watching and listening. Community Voice is brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
The Entrepreneur Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined curriculum-based track to acquire essential knowledge and skills for success in business and leadership. Critical areas include identifying entrepreneurial characteristics, selecting a value position, and business model development. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
845, welcome back to the WLBB Community Voice, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3. My name's Colin Worthington. My guest this morning, Dr. Val Almonord. He is one of two candidates who will be on Democrat ballots, May 21st election for the primary, as he is running for U.S. House and represent District 3. Social Security, I've heard that as long as I've been here, 15 years, that the Congress, we're going to run out of money when it comes down to it, and that's going to be wiped away. I think the latest predictions, like 2030 or even before then. How do we save it? Do we want to save it?
I do want to save it. I think a lot of Republicans want to privatize Social Security. It's sending so somebody else can make money on it. Mm-hmm. Because if you're going to invest in any business, you do it for the purpose of making money. If they privatize it, whoever they give it to going to make money out of it. And to make money out of it, you're going to increase the price and decrease benefit.
I've paid on it. I'm 52 years old. I've been working since I was 16. I haven't gone a year without a job. So, I'd be awfully disappointed. Obviously, I guess you can say that, I paid for my father or somebody else for their Social Security. But, it'd be awfully disappointing.
Well, it's a system. You pay for the old as you're young. When you become old, the youngs pay for you.
Pay for you. But, if we cut it out, then nobody's going to pay for me.
Yes. But it's your money.
And I'll have to work for Steve
That's
Craddock
why you have to understand it's your money. You're not doing you a favor, not giving you free gift. It's your money. You pay in advance for it.
Would you agree that immigration is the biggest issue or the biggest topic being discussed right now and possibly the biggest concern that the U.S. has?
I agree. It's a concern, but it's not the biggest.
Okay.
I think healthcare, especially women reproductive right, is the biggest. But yes, immigration is a very important issue. As an immigrant, you know how I feel. You don't know, but this country is built by immigrants. We need immigrants. Tell me, Einstein was an immigrant, wasn't he? Donald Trump's father was an immigrant. Donald Trump's wife is an immigrant.
No, we're all immigrants. We come from immigrants anyway.
We all come from immigrants. Some of us have been here for 200 years. Sure. Some of them have been here for 100 years. I've been here for half a century.
Some for 500 years.
But still, we are immigrants.
Yeah. Time right now is 8:57. My guest this morning is Dr. Val Almonord, one of two candidates on the Democrat ticket running for U.S. Congress to represent District 3. The discussions, it's frustrating, I would imagine, for people. Even we had a guest on the show, congressional candidate on the show yesterday, who laid it out there. It's like, there are bills out there right now that could at least nip at this problem, but it's become such a political thing that nobody's going to do anything about it. No matter who's president next year, it seems like it'll still just be a talking point and something that keep us divided.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Immigration can be solved. It's a foreign problem. You deal with other country. If the president need power to negotiate with their country. Mm-hmm. Let me give a little example. From Guatemala and Mexico line to get to United States, Mexico border, it's about 900 miles. You tell me somebody from Guatemala is going to walk about 900 miles and it cannot be stopped. Mexico cannot stop it. Why don't we negotiate with Mexico? At least we're not going to stop it completely, but we're still going to stop the flow.
So they can at least stop it at their southern border.
Yeah, we need to pass legislation that give president not just authorization, money also to deal with the problem. And
I'm sorry.
People already cross the border should go in front of the immigration judge probably in 6 to 8 weeks. And the judge can decide if you qualify for asylum, a piece of paper, go your way. But if you're not qualified, they send you back. But to do that, you have to have enough immigration judges, enough lawyers, enough investigators to do it. And how you do that? By giving the president enough money to hire all those people.
Last year, you do have, as far as Val's vision, I do see you have, where did I see? Oh, environment. So I figured this question could fit in there well. Last year, the Environmental Protection Agency, they proposed new strict emissions standards on American-made vehicles designed to force our nation's automakers and consumers to transition to electric cars. So the EPA does project that as a result, more than 2/3 of all new vehicles will be electric by 2032. So did the EPA screw the pooch with that? Because we're seeing these cars aren't selling at this point.
You know why? They don't have, they're selling the car, but when you buy an electric vehicle, if you drive from here to Columbus, for example, or maybe you want to drive to Virginia, you have to know where to recharge that car. We don't have the complete structure yet to support all the electric vehicles traveling around. I know when I travel them, my car gives me 300 miles, I have to stop by a gas station, but I know pretty much I'm going to find a gas station somewhere there. But if you are travel, you may not find a place to recharge your car. And I think the worst part, I got friends who own electric vehicle. This is the time it takes to charge the car. You are traveling, you got to stop for 1 hour, hour and a half at least to charge the car.
You got the kids with you.
You got the kid with you, you're getting upset. You got your grandma in the car, and the car went to go to the restroom. I think we still need a lot to do before really the electric car take off.
So you're hopeful that those changes will be made? I mean, these
in the
improvements?
future, yes.
Yeah.
But right now, we still need a gasoline car.
8:52 right now. We'll take our final break and come back and continue our conversation with Dr. Val Almonord, one of 2 Democratic candidates on the May 21st primary election ballots for District 3, which does include Carroll County and Haralson County and probably Heard. And
Yes, Heard County.
Do you know all 15 of them offhand?
Yes.
All right, lay them on. That should have been my first question. What are all 15 counties?
You have Muskogee County, Troup County, Heard County, Carrollton County, Haralson County, Douglas County, Fayette County, Henry County, Lamar County, Pike County, Upson County, turn around to go to Harris County, and Meriwether County, then Harris County.
Have you had a chance to visit all those counties so far?
Yes.
Very good.
More than once.
Including Carroll County.
Carroll, I've been here so many times I can't count.
We'll take our final break. Come back with about 6 minutes on our program. Again, if you have any questions or comments for my guests, please post those to the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page, and we'll be back after this.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy is an innovative school of academic excellence celebrating over 61 years. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to join us on the mountain to see our mission and vision in action. Academic excellence, a faith-based environment, and dynamic opportunities are just a few of the reasons our families choose Oak Mountain Academy. Academic scholarships and tuition assistance are available. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
855. Welcome back to the WLBB Community Voice here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3, streaming live online at newstalk1330.com. My name's Colin Worthington. We had a question in there when you did talk about free college, for making sure everybody can go to college. I mean, you did use the phrase free, but obviously taxpayers would have to pay for that.
Yes.
And
free college, I mean for low income.
Right.
Taxpayers pay for it. But when that person grow up or graduate from college, go to work, he's going to pay taxes and he's going to pay for it also.
And put it back into
it's an
the
investment.
economy. Okay. And is that comparable to Social Security, what we do now?
Almost, yes. It's an investment.
Discussion on TikTok. Republican-controlled House of Representatives overwhelmingly voted 352 to 65 to approve a bill requiring TikTok either to be divested from ByteDance, its Beijing-based owner, or face a nationwide ban. What's your take on that? That's already gone through the House, so next year you probably wouldn't see it again unless something changes. But what's your take on that? Is that not? I think the argument against that is freedom of speech.
Yes, I'm all for freedom of speech, but you cannot scream fire on on the crowd, and that you still have freedom of speech, but you cannot express it whatever you want anywhere. In that case, if Beijing is collecting information about American, I agree. They should force it to divest whatever they are, but keep TikTok intact, make it owned by an American company, make all information stay in the United States.
Dr. Val Almonord, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program, as we wrap up our show, introducing him as a candidate for the District 3 race, U.S. House. Ukraine funding, there's a lot of discussion on that. Should we be supporting the Ukraine financially?
We should support Ukraine.
Should it be a loan?
It could be a loan, it could be a gift, but we should support Ukraine because that keeps us from having to fight Russia. If Ukraine fall, very likely Putin is going to start grabbing other countries. And then we are part of the NATO. You're going to, implicate Article 5, which would force us to go to Europe again to fight Russia.
Should there be an age limit for U.S. president?
No, because it's not the age. Not everybody age the same way. You could be 40 and old, or you could be 80, 90, still young, mentally and physically.
Should the U.S. Supreme Court justices have a better code of standards?
Yes, they should.
and should they be?
Definitely they should. Definitely they should. Because they are the only people that's completely
right. They're the only
above the law. They interpret the law the way they want. They can do whatever they want. Nobody can say anything to them.
Should they have a term limit? Should they have like 20 years set it so that no matter who is, so it doesn't become a political thing, for who's president at that point, or so that a congressman can decide not to vote in a Supreme Court justice because the president's a lame duck.
I think the Supreme Court justice should have told me, especially the Chief Justice. Not stay there forever. Some of them are there for 30, 40 years. They get to the point like they are here, I'm the king, I'm on top of the world. I don't have to answer to the people, I want them to answer to nobody. Nobody can say anything to me.
All right, Val, we've got 1 minute left. What's your website, and how can people get in touch with you and ask more questions if they have them?
Okay, my website is almonordforcongress.com. I welcome any question, and my phone number is 706-940-1305.
Do you have a TikTok page and Facebook page and all that?
Yes, I got all the social media. You can check it out.
Check that out.
And last thing I want to say, I will have a forum, not a forum, but a town hall.
Town hall, okay, yeah.
It's a town hall or Zoom town hall of the social media. A Zoom town hall on 23rd of April.
Okay, and the information will be available on your Facebook.
Yes,
to do that.
You post on the Facebook. Please, everyone can listen to my voice. Ask your friend and family to join a town hall.
Perhaps we will.
And don't forget to vote for me on April 21st, Val.
Perhaps we will see you again in October, and we'll bring you back to the Community Voice for that general.
Keep your fingers crossed.
All right, and thank you for tuning in for this morning's program. Time right now is 9 o'clock. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System, Oak Mountain Academy.
National headlines.